iPhone SE, second generation, features. At first, Apple made customers believe that SE meant small, by releasing the first model to return to the small size class. After the second generation model was released in 2020, Apple showed that it meant budget. The device takes on the older design of previous models with specs similar to 2019 flagships. Design. There is nothing remarkable about the budget iPhone design, but for a good reason. It is built to look like the iPhone 8, which was similar to the iPhone 6. Users who do not want Face ID now have a modern option without much compromise. By keeping the aluminum frame with glass front and back panels, Touch ID, and camera system, Apple was able to keep the price low. One of Apple's strengths is its supply chain, which drives component prices down the longer a form factor is produced. This device line could be the last with the classic iPhone design paradigm. Apple's website lists that only cases made for the iPhone SE are compatible, but iPhone 7 and iPhone 8 cases will fit fine. The only awkward fit would be cases with a cutout for the Apple logo, as the company moved its branding icon farther down the back of the iPhone SE. The phone ships in 3 colors: white, black, and red. Regardless of what you choose, you will have a black glass faceplate. In the iPhone 6 through iPhone 8, the white, gold, and rose gold variants had a white faceplate. Apple's shift to all black fronts regardless of back color is likely for simplicity and a design choice started by Face ID-equipped devices. A teardown of the budget iPhone revealed an almost identical configuration to the iPhone 8. Component locations were similar and could even be moved between the cases without issue. The only notable difference is the label distinguishing the A11 and A13 chipset. A second teardown confirmed that some parts are interchangeable between the old and new devices. Display. The 4.7-inch Retina HD display returns with True Tone and Night Shift built in. It has the same 326 pixels per inch density as the XR, so the screen should look identical to the iPhone XR. The P3 color gamut means HDR content can be displayed on screen with no issue, and Apple supports the latest codecs in the iTunes Store, including HDR10 and Dolby Vision. Despite having a lower resolution than competing smartphones, the image remains crisp and clear due to the high pixel density. Viewing video at 1080p will not be noticeably different from viewing the same video on high-resolution devices. Chipset. Apple used the A13 Bionic chip from the iPhone 11 in the iPhone SE, meaning you get all the computational power of a flagship smartphone in a device that costs half as much. This includes exporting a video edit, playing games from Apple Arcade, and using an augmented reality app, which is faster and smoother because of the chip. Even as a budget device, running the latest chipset means you get around 5 years of iOS updates. Apple's competitors cannot offer the same power or longevity at this price point, and most cannot compete at their high end with this budget iPhone's processing power. Apple has been flexing its strength with its custom Apple silicon. The company is so confident in its processors that it has shifted the Mac lineup to Apple-made M1 processors. Products like the budget-conscious iPhone benefit from the power and the lower cost of custom processors. Camera. The front-facing camera is 7 MP, which will record in 1080p at 30 fps. Even without a Face ID sensor for depth sensing, you can take portrait selfies using advanced algorithms.